God of War. I've made this video a million times and I keep getting angry every time I make it. I try my best not to get angry, but this game just, oh, this game, bro. I've played this game. I've played it a good bit. I've never played a God of War game before, but just like Elden Ring, I'd never played a Dark Souls game before. Elden Ring, I loved playing it. It was amazing. I'll still go back and play it through time and time again. But you know why I wouldn't play God of War again once I've finished it? Once I've completed this? You know why I won't play it again? Because of this. Because of this horrible, hideous monstrosity that they have here called movement, or the lack thereof, the hindrance that's put into the game, the what do you call it? The just the movement skill, the lack of freedom of movement. You feel, I don't know, everything feels weighted down. When I last played this, when I got to this area, my thumbs, my hands, everything in my hands and my arms and my wrists were aching. They were absolutely aching. I played the game for an hour and a half or something and my hands were killing me. I never got that once in Elden Ring. And I played Elden Ring for hours upon hours upon hours. In fact, in Elden Ring on the PlayStation 4, I've got like 4,000 odd hours in the game. On the PlayStation 5, just like 2,000. This game is, oh my god, like, this movement mechanic is a disability. It's a disability that's built into the game to make you suffer if you don't know if you don't know how to work it. And this, look, just turning round when you're in a fight and you're locked onto someone. I'm trying not to get angry here. This is ridiculous. This movement skill is just, oh my god, it's the worst. That knocks me skelly eye. Just try to turn round. See, in Elden Ring, your character is centre screen, like that female right there. That would be your character in Elden Ring, and the guy away to the left here, that would be somebody else. It'd be a total different person, but you'd be that person. If you want to turn round, look, you can't turn round, you've got to walk backwards. So in this game, if you've got a bit of healing, which is few and far between, when you're in a fight, see this fight that I'm just about to go into, it's right here. If you've played this game, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? This fight here, where you go in and you get into a fight. You don't get any healing in this. You don't. I've not noticed it. You've got to parry. If you parry, there's a possible chance that somebody you parry might drop a little bit of green crystal. But try picking that up when you've got to keep your target in front of you while you're fighting them, and walk backwards looking for it, like that. Where's that green crystal? Where'd it go? Know what I mean? The whole time fighting an enemy, looking for a little bit of green crystal. It is the worst experience I've ever experienced in a game. And I came for Call of Duty, played Call of Duty, played Apex Legends, played PUBG, played all sorts of shoot 'em up games like that. Going to Elden Ring was a new experience for me. Never played a Dark Souls game in my life. Went to Elden Ring, loved it, blew my mind. Total different thing altogether. So when God of War came out, I was looking forward to it. I bought a PlayStation 5 just so I could play that game. A year. I spent a year trying to get a PlayStation 5 because every time I tried to get it, it was sold out, sold out, sold out. But eventually I got one. To suffer. To suffer. I mean, the game looks amazing. Look at it. Look at it. It's just amazing looking. It's outstanding. But when you're moving around, this is what you see. When you press X, look, see this, drags his leg. He looks like He's struggling to go to Notre Dame to ring the bell with his face. You know, Quasimodo. The bell, the bell. When he rolls, when you double tap that X and he rolls, it's not. In Elden Ring, we call that a fat roll. But his fat roll is just everything about him. Every movement he makes is a fat movement. It's a fat roll. It's a fat walk. It's a fat run. Because it's a hindrance. The whole movement mechanic is a hindrance, and it's there to fuck your shit right up. When I go into this fight, I am not getting away with this fight. I've fought all sorts of things in this game. All sorts of shit just to get to where I am. I've come through this game. You can clearly see I've come through this game. I've played it a good bit. Let's go to the skills. I've come through. I've got all sorts of shit in this game. So I've played it a good bit. I know what I'm talking about. I've played games since gaming consoles were invented. This is the worst. That's your whole enemy in this game. It's just your movement skills. The lack thereof. Look, I'm pressing it.
He's coming right side. Behind you. Perfect. Left leg.
Oh, you can't parry a red one, you fucking idiot. Look, now there's two of them. And there's no healing to be had. And when you get hit, you're stun locked into position. You can't move, and if you're allowed to move, your concrete shoes that you're wearing become 10 times more heavy. They become, it's just, you're glued to the spot. It is the worst mechanic. I fought a big dog in this game, and see if there was freedom of movement like in Elden Ring, I would have enjoyed every bit of it. But I didn't enjoy it because I wasn't allowed to enjoy it. My hands were aching when I finished it. I had to go and stick them in water to stop them cramping up. It was that bad. Just with one fight, with one big giant wolf. It was ridiculous. This is the worst. Just the worst movement mechanic I've ever seen in a game. Like, he refuses to turn around and face you. He walks backwards. And that's the way it's always been. Yeah. It's a fucking terrible state of affairs, bro. It's 2023. Why the fuck do you have this in a game? But I understand there's people out there, God of War specialists, that love this type of shit. But as a new player coming to this game, this was an eye-opener that I did not expect. Why the hell is he doing that? Oh, it's because I sat my controller down. This is something I didn't expect. I did not expect to go through a game where the guys like fucking Quasimodo, your whole... The biggest enemy in the game is your lack of movement. That is the absolute worst. Whoever made this game must have been pissing themselves laughing. Where you see it when they can't move properly. That is just the worst. I don't know what that's supposed to be, a dodge. It's, my God, it's hideous. It's horrendous. I played all this way, all the way through, and it's just horrendous. My fingers, my thumbs, my arms are fucking sore. They're sore, they're so painful. It's ridiculous. I know I'll get to the end of the game. I'll complete it. And I'll probably be satisfied that I completed it. But see, once I do complete it, whoo, That game is going to be a frisbee. Shing! Never play it again in my life. I'll throw it to fuck out the window, and I'll never play another God of War game until they put some sort of freedom of movement in a God of War game, because that movement right there sucks. It's the worst thing about the game. The absolute worst thing about the game, because the game looks amazing. Look at it. It looks fucking outstanding. The artwork, the fucking everything that went into making this game. Look at it. So why would you take this beautiful place, beautiful everything, and then fuck it up by putting this kind of mechanic in it, where you try to turn around to look at things and your eyes just go all gonky and weird. You start getting dizzy in your head because look. Why would you put that in a game? Are you fucking nuts? Are you crazy? Look, I try my best not to get angry about shit, but this is infuriating that some dev in God of War thought that would be a good idea. Dude, if you don't know how to put freedom of movement in your game, ask another developer to help you out. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that will help you put freedom of movement in your game. It's called 3D movement. You get it in most games these days. No, the vast majority of games. I mean, you don't get it in things like Super Mario World or Platform, but you get it in every other fucking game. Why wouldn't you put that in your game? Why is your character always stuck to the left-hand side? Why do I have to spin the world round just to look at his face? Why? What is that? Why is that? That is hideous. It's horrendous. And like I said, it's the worst, and it's the worst enemy you've got. It's a hindrance. It's a it's a fucking joke is what it is. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. This is meant to make your life worse in this game. It's not that. See, if I had freedom of movement in this game, the enemies in here wouldn't stand a chance. They wouldn't stand a chance. So they put this game with this stupid fucking movement in the game to cause you the biggest problem. And that is the biggest problem, just the movement. Like I said, there's going to be people out there that disagree with, but this is my opinion, and I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm seeing right here, as a person that's new to a God of War game, never played a God of War game before. This is what I'm seeing. A sad state of affairs. This is a sad state of affairs for a game that won awards, when the movement, or the lack thereof, is just ridiculous. It's a hindrance. It's a struggle just to move. It's an absolute struggle just to move. Look at him. Just I can only do that for so long. But my eyes start going all funny. I've got to stop. I'd rather take a pounding off a fucking enemy than have gonky vision. That's a sad state of affairs, bro. That's the worst enemy in this game. It's just the movement skills. It's the worst. It's the absolute pits of hell worst movement, worst experience I've ever had in a game. Just the movement skills. And I've played this game a good bit, and I know I've probably still got a good bit to go, but this game would have been awesome. But it sucks because the movement lets it down. And that's all I've got to say on it.